you hate the thought of working past 55 or 60? Do you hate not being able to live the life you deserve today? Do you hate not knowing what your financial future looks like? It's time to stop doing what you hate. Here's your host, Mr. Harold Green.
This is Harold Green of Brightree Financial, and it is time to stop doing what you hate. How is everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm recording this show right here from Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm super excited about today because it's the first day of a virtual conference, and I'm in Jacksonville doing a virtual conference. And you're probably wondering why. Well, to be honest with you, I needed a break. I have been working extremely hard for a very long time, and things were beginning to wear on me. I was making decisions and making choices and doing things that I felt that were just because I was tired. And before I get into the show, which is change, I want to talk to you a little bit about, when you're feeling that you're exhausted, when you are feeling that things are not going the way you need them to go, you might need to take a time out. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with taking a time out. So a friend of mine suggested some time ago that, after COVID kind of settles down, that we all just get together and we do a virtual conference from a different place, since we haven't been doing our trips before. So I said, yeah, it sounds like a great idea. And boy, I tell you, it is coming at the most opportune time. I mean, I am really needing this right now, and so super excited about it. But I want to get into today's show about change. And change is one of the things that a lot of people avoid for a lot of different reasons. And so in my own life, when I look back at everything that I was doing, I realized that I had to change if I really wanted to be successful. If I really wanted to get to where I wanted to go, I had to change, because the person that I was and the things that I was doing was no longer serving me, and it was also no longer serving my clients to my full ability. So I embarked on an adventure to begin to change. I want to talk about 3 reasons why people don't change, or I want to talk about the process of change. The first reason why I think that the biggest reason I think that people don't change is because they fear change. And I was flipping through my Facebook thing last night, as I was getting ready to just crash. And I came across this thing that said, you are one choice away from having an entirely different life. Now, that can be good or bad, but you are one financial choice away from having everything you ever wanted in your life. But why do people not change? Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why people don't change is because they fear change. And human beings are creatures of habit, not creatures of change. And for me, I had to flip the script in my mind and say, you know what? You need to change, because change is going to serve you well. Change is going to be good. But why did I fear change? I don't think it was so much the change that I feared. It was the process. Engaging in a process to change a lot of times is very tough, because you're going to have to make choices, and you're going to have to stick with that in order to get to where you want to be, in order to see the change come to fruition. We got to change. Whether we like it or not, we must change. When we look at finances, a lot of times we are doing things that are not serving us, but we do them because we fear the change. A lot of times you may be investing in your 401k, and someone comes along and says, hey, if you invest outside of your 401k, maybe we can get there quite a bit faster than what you're doing right now. But because things have been going okay, you fear that change. You fear that change, that what if I do this and it doesn't work out the way this person is saying? What if I lose it all? Well, what if you lose it all? Let's talk about that. If you have a solid game plan in place and it's been fully vetted, how can you lose it all? There's no way you can lose it all if your game plan is legit. So I'm going to tell you, don't fear change. Don't fear the process to change. but make sure you have a legitimate game plan in place that will allow you and help you to change. Because we have to change. Well, you may ask the question, what if I don't change? What if I don't want to change? What if I want to keep doing what I'm doing? Well, yeah, you can do that. But guess what's going to happen? There's two things that's going to happen when you make up your mind that you're not going to change. Number one, you could be forced to change. You can be forced to change against your own will because you failed to change yourself. You gave up control of that situation, and now you are allowing somebody to come in and force the situation. And you have no choice but to go along or to suffer the consequences of not doing so. So I want you to sit down and take inventory of the situations and the things that are going on in your life and look at those things and say, okay, I know I need to change. I know I need to start making different choices other than what I have been doing. And I need to change. And so here's a couple of things you can do. Identify the areas that you know you need to change, and then enlist the people who you know can help you change. For example, I knew I needed to lose more weight. I knew that I was wasting my time trying to work out on my own in certain situations. The gym got crowded again. I was working out at home, but it wasn't as efficient as I needed to be. And I had to plunk down a lot of money to hire my trainer back. And here's the funny thing. I made up my mind to change even before talking to the trainer. I made up my mind to hire him back and put him back on my team before even talking about him, whether or not I knew he had any availability or not. So I drove by his studio, his gym, and he was gone. So I took his card and I ended up sending him a text and I said, hey, dude, I want to get back in the game. And he said, yeah, okay, Monday come by and let's talk a little bit. And just so happened, he had one client that had quit and a spot opened up. It is the only spot that was on his schedule. And it was 1:30, I think, on a Monday. And then normally I work half days on Monday. So perfect, right? Hire my trainer back on 1:30 on Monday. So I wake up, I work. And after that, I go do a fasted workout with my trainer. A fasted workout is where you haven't eaten for like 18 to, 24 hours or something like that, 36 hours or whatever it is. And you go do a workout. You have no food in your system. Is it painful? Yeah. I feel like I'm dying. But that is my process to change. And when I made up my mind that I was going to change and hire my trainer back, things just opened up. And I'm telling you now, when you make up your mind that you are going to change in your finances, the right people will come along, the right opportunity will come along, and things will start to happen. So you can either change on your own, be forced to change, and the third one is this: you can evolve. By doing nothing, you will evolve. You will automatically change as you live life. So are you going to be going through a guided change, or are you going to be just allowing change to happen to you? And then one day, and this is crazy. That's why people wake up one day and be like, I don't love my wife no more. They wake up one day and be like, I don't love my husband anymore. They wake up one day and be like, I don't love my job no more. Wake up one day and be like, oh my God, I don't like this girlfriend, boyfriend. I don't like this anymore. Why? Because they have evolved. And people say, yeah, we've grown apart. No, you have changed apart. You've evolved apart. You want to be in control of this change. And so here's what I'm going to offer you. If you want to see change in your finances, I'm going to tell you to take advantage of a process that I want to take you through. And it's called the Rapid Retire Checklist. And then once we assess your plan, and we'll create a checklist, and then from there, we will create a Rapid Retire Action Plan. So we'll go through a checklist. And then what I'm going to do is when we go through this thing and we do our checklist, I'm going to grade it and see where you're at on a scale of 1 to 10. As I say, anything less than a 7 is straight up failure. Okay? We'll go through the process, and then from there, I'll give you some action steps or a Rapid Retire Action Plan. Things that you can do to get yourself on track, whether you do them with me or you do them with somebody else. So I want you to take advantage of this. Check out the show notes. Click on the Rapid Retire Action Checklist. What you can do is you'll be able to schedule an appointment with me, and we'll go through that. It'll be real quick, like 20 minutes or whatever. And then you'll come out with a plan to get you on track to where you really want to be. Whether you do it with me or not, I don't care. These are things that you need to know if you want to change. And it's going to be on a Friday. I call them Feel Good Fridays because I want you going into the weekend, again, with some things in your mind to meditate on and to begin to work through. So that way, Monday morning, you wake up, hit the ground running with your action plan, with your rapid retire action plan. All right. Well, thanks for allowing me to share with you guys. And until next time, 1, 2, 3, let's get it.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.